He called, questioning me. Nancy, have you had enough? If you can't take it anymore, we can get a divorce. Who are you putting on this show for? Where did you put the watch I asked you to get fixed? Did you hide it somewhere? After all these years, you still can't get over your jealousy of Vera. The voice on the other end was my sister. Congratulations, Adam. Nancy's dead. She won't be jealous of Vera anymore. I died in a car accident that day. I had an argument with Adam. I had just found out I was pregnant and wanted to share the good news with him. But he said he had to go celebrate Vera's birthday. I didn't want him to go. He said I was being unreasonable, and that if he'd wanted to be with Vera all these years, they would have already been together, and I wouldn't have even had the chance to marry him. I got so angry that I started smashing things in the house, venting all the frustration I'd been bottling up for years. He couldn't take it and slapped me. Nancy, have I been too lenient with you all these years? At that moment, I suddenly gave up. I turned and walked out. Nancy, if you walk out that door today, don't come back. He yelled after me, threatening, as he wished. I never came back. I drove away and got into a serious car accident. Both my baby and I died. My sister handled my funeral. Maybe she was too heartbroken and angry, but she didn't tell Adam about my death. And somehow, even after I die, my soul still lingered by Adam's side. Maybe I still had unfinished business. I watched as he still went to celebrate Vera's birthday that day. I watched as, for the past 6 months, he prepared small gifts for her on every holiday. Whenever Vera called, even if the world was ending, my husband would drop everything to be with her. Sometimes Vera would mention me. Has Nancy not come back yet? Is it because of me that you two aren't getting along? If it is, I can call her and apologize. It has nothing to do with you. She's just being unreasonable. Adam would coldly reply. Ignore her. Let's see how long she can keep this up. 7 years of being together, and I couldn't leave even a trace in Adam's heart, maybe. I never should have been in their world from the start. With or without me, his life stayed the same. I was just a burden to him. I thought Adam would continue living his life without a care for me. But then, one day, Vera suddenly asked about the watch she'd given him, and that's when he finally remembered me. He impatiently called me. Nancy, have you had enough? If you can't take it anymore, we can get a divorce. Who are you putting on this show for? Where did you put the watch I asked you to get fixed? Did you hide it? After all these years, you still can't get over your jealousy of Vera. My sister answered the call. There was silence on the other end for a while. She was probably so furious that she couldn't find the words to respond. Say something, are you dead? Adam asked harshly. She's dead, my sister finally said coldly. What nonsense are you talking about? I said Nancy's dead. My sister spoke each word clearly. Congratulations, Adam. She won't be jealous of Vera anymore. At that moment, Adam seemed to finally realize it was my sister who had answered the phone. I saw a brief flash of panic in his eyes. But then he sneered. What kind of game is Nancy playing this time? Does she think if she pretends to be dead, I'll feel regret? Tell her. She can either come home obediently, or she can really die out there. She's dead, I told you. Nancy's dead. My sister suddenly lost it, yelling at him. And she doesn't need your regret because you have no heart. Enough. Mary, I don't want to waste my time with you. Whatever's between Nancy and me is none of your business. Put How on the phone. My sister hung up on him. I saw Adam's veins bulging with rage. All these years, he'd never been defeated in anything concerning me. Our arguments always ended with me giving in, suppressing his anger. He called back again and said, ask Nancy about the watch I gave her to get repaired. Where is it? I need it. I don't know. My sister replied coldly. I told you to ask Nancy ... Adam, you really deserve to be struck by lightning. My sister growled through gritted teeth. She knew everything between Adam and me, so she understood just how much I had done for him. His behavior at this moment filled her with hatred. In the end, all you care about is that watch Vera gave you. Is that watch more important than Nancy's life? My sister's voice seemed to choke up, as if she was heartbroken for me. Adam hadn't spoken yet. My sister angrily added, Nancy's really dead. Believe it or don't, I don't care. I'm not answering your calls anymore. You'll taint the path she's taking to heaven. Adam was hung up on again. I could see nothing but anger on his face. He wasn't even the slightest bit worried about me after hearing my sister say I was dead. His mind was probably still focused on where I might have hidden the watch Vera gave him to him. Vera's gift was definitely more important than my life. I still remember when I had the car accident. I used my last bit of strength to call him, and he hung up on me without hesitation. He must have been too busy planning Vera's birthday to care. How ridiculous. I started to wonder how I managed to get through all those years. But luckily, I don't know if it's because the dead have no hearts, or if I'm just completely over Adam. But no matter how outrageous he acts now, I don't feel any pain anymore. I just floated there, watching him coldly. I watched as he went from furious to calm, then from calm to a dazed state, standing there frozen, not moving for a long time. I didn't know what he was thinking, nor did I care. His phone suddenly rang. It was Vera calling. They had plans to go hiking today. The moment Adam saw Vera's name on the screen, his expression relaxed and a faint smile appeared on his face. I smiled too, with no expectations. There can be no disappointment, Vera, he said warmly. Over the past 6 months, I had heard too many conversations between him and Vera, and I had almost forgotten how cold he used to be with me. Adam, are you on your way? I've got everything ready. Just waiting for you at home, Vera said sweetly. I'm leaving now. 20 minutes. Drive safe. Vera's voice was sugary with care. Okay. Adam hung up the phone and headed to the walk-in closet. He looked for his clothes. After a while, he couldn't seem to find what he was looking for. So he left the room and yelled downstairs, Grace, where's my tracksuit? The maid, Grace, rushed upstairs when she heard him. Sir, I've already organized all your clothes in the closet. Which one are you looking for? Adam snapped impatiently. The brown one with the 2 stripes on the sides. Grace didn't quite understand. She walked into the closet to look for something for Adam. Is this the outfit, sir? No. Adam replied impatiently. I already looked. It's not here. In fact, the outfit was buried deep in the bottom drawer. He just didn't have the patience to look properly. He never wasted time on things or people he deemed unimportant. Just like he used to treat me. Well, I don't know where it is then. You're my housekeeper. You're responsible for taking care of my daily needs. And you can't even find my clothes. Adam's voice was rising. Today. Adam's temper was noticeably worse than usual. Was he in that much of a hurry to see Vera? Grace felt embarrassed by Adam's words and, after a long pause, gathered the courage to say, Your wife used to handle all your clothes. She said you're very particular and she didn't want me to mess it up. Maybe you should ask her directly. There's no need to ask her. Adam cut her off sharply, his voice harsh. I hope she's capable enough to never come back. So, in Adam's mind, my death was just another one of my manipulative tricks. He never believed I truly died. He thought I was just waiting for him to come and beg for my forgiveness. Frustrated, Adam grabbed a random tracksuit, picked up his car keys, and stormed out the door. He picked up Vera, and they drove to the countryside. They hiked together, laughing and chatting along the way. My death didn't affect him at all. Halfway up the hill, Vera suddenly stopped, pouting. Adam, what's going on with you today? You're walking so fast. I can't keep up. Adam stopped and turned to look at her. I want to rest for a bit. Then let's sit for a while. Adam replied casually, pulling out a napkin to wipe off a step for Vera to sit on, while he leaned on the railing, gazing at the view halfway up the mountain. Adam, what's wrong with you today? You seem like something's on your mind. Vera looked at him. You know you can tell me anything. I'll help you through it. It's nothing. Adam responded. Work's just been a bit stressful lately. I knew it, Vera said proudly, smiling with satisfaction. That's why I insisted on taking you out for a walk to help you relax. But Adam remained silent, an unusual reaction that left Vera slightly displeased, though she quickly masked it. After a brief rest, Adam urged, It's getting late. Let's keep going. I can't walk anymore. Can you carry me? Vera teased playfully, then added with a hint of mischief. I'm sure I weigh a lot less than Nancy, right? I was indeed much heavier than Vera. But I used to be slim too. Later, when I was trying to get pregnant, I forced myself to gain weight. And when I finally succeeded, Adam didn't care at all. In fact, he probably despised my body full of fat. Why are you bringing her up? Adam's expression darkened immediately. Vera was momentarily stunned. Adam had never spoken to her in such a tone before. I'm sorry, Vera quickly apologized in a soft, almost trembling voice. I didn't know. Did you two have another fight? No, Adam said dismissively. If you can't walk anymore, let's head back down. But we're only halfway. I've got work to finish this afternoon. So we should head back early, Adam said bluntly. already starting to walk down the mountain. I saw the expression on Vera's face turn sour. She bit her lip, but still followed Adam's lead. When they reached the car, Vera sat in the passenger seat and suggested, "Adam, let's have lunch together. I need to get back to work. I can't join you." I didn't want to eat alone. Vera looked at him with pleading eyes. "Stay with me for lunch, please. I promise I'll go home right after and won't bother you at work." Adam, unable to resist Vera's requests, agreed. She smiled triumphantly. I had to admit Vera knew how to play her cards with Adam. They arrived at Vera's favorite restaurant. As they got out of the car, Adam rubbed his stomach. Vera noticed and asked, "What's wrong? Is your stomach hurting?" Adam nodded and reached into the glove compartment, pulling out a box of medicine. When he opened it, he found the stomach pills were all gone. Adam had a history of stomach issues. A few years ago, his family nearly went bankrupt, and in his effort to rebuild everything, he worked tirelessly without proper rest or food. Over time, he developed chronic stomach problems. After we got together, I often made porridge for him, and his condition improved a lot. But when he occasionally went out for business dinners, his stomach would flare up again. To make sure he didn't suffer too much, I always kept his car stocked with stomach medicine and regularly checked to make sure he had enough. It seemed strange that Adam had gone through the pills so quickly. Then it hit me over the past 6 months. No one had been reminding him to eat, let alone bringing him meals. His frequent stomach aches were his own doing. "I can rub it for you," Vera offered, leaning closer and placing her hand on his stomach. "It'll help." Adam hesitated for a moment but then gently pushed her away. "No need, I'm probably just hungry. Eating will make it better." "Then let's go eat." Vera, seemingly unaffected, smiled and took his arm as they walked into the restaurant. At the table, Vera spent most of the time ordering food, occasionally asking Adam for his preferences. Adam's face had grown pale from the pain, but he kept quiet, as he was always too proud to show weakness, especially in front of his childhood sweetheart. He had to maintain his gentlemanly image. Watching him like this, I felt an odd sense of satisfaction. The more he suffered, the better. Vera finished ordering and didn't seem to notice Adam's discomfort. She smiled brightly, saying, "I ordered your favorite dish, spicy beef slices. You should eat a lot." That Adam's expression changed. How could someone with stomach problems eat such spicy food? Vera hadn't noticed a thing about Adam's condition. Back when we were together, I gave up my love for spicy food for an entire year to help Adam's stomach heal. Now, I realized something. Only the favored can act recklessly. All these years, I was just being foolish. When the food arrived, Adam barely touched it. Vera looked upset. "Adam, don't you like the dishes I ordered? Why are you eating so little? My stomach's acting up." "I can't handle spicy food," Adam said plainly. "Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Adam, I'm so sorry." Vera looked remorseful, her eyes filled with tears, making her appear even more delicate. Adam could never stand to see Vera upset. Once, during a thunderstorm, she had cried over the phone, and he had driven through the night in the rain just to be with her. I thought for sure he would eat the spicy beef just to make her feel better, even if it killed him. But instead, Adam simply said, "It's fine, I don't have much of an appetite right now. You eat, I need to head back to the office." Before Vera could respond, Adam had already paid the bill and left. Back in his car, Adam glanced at the empty box of stomach pills before starting the engine and speeding off. He didn't return to the office, he went straight home instead. Was he a little mad that Vera didn't care about his health? Perhaps, after all, you only get upset when you care about someone. I used to feel the same way when Adam ignored my health problems. But eventually, I got used to it. "Sir, you're back. Have you eaten lunch yet?" Grace asked as she hurried over. "No, I haven't," Adam replied coldly. "You can't skip meals, sir. Your wife said you have stomach issues, and it'll only get worse if you don't eat," Grace said, her voice filled with concern. "How about I make you some porridge? Even if you don't have much of an appetite, it'll go down easy." Adam paused, but ultimately didn't refuse. Half an hour later, Grace brought him a bowl of porridge. Adam sat on the couch watching TV, but he kept switching channels, clearly distracted. "Be careful, it's hot," Grace reminded him. "Okay." Adam took a spoonful of the porridge and slowly ate it. "How is it?" Grace asked. Adam swallowed and replied indifferently. "It tastes a lot like the porridge Nancy used to make. Madam taught me how to make it," Grace said quickly. "She told me to cook it for you if she was ever away. She said you have a sensitive stomach, and that the porridge needs to be thick and soft. She also mentioned that you don't like vegetables but enjoy broccoli, so she always used broccoli in your porridge instead. Madam is really attentive to you. She always remembers every little thing he likes. Grace said a lot. But I couldn't listen anymore. It wasn't that Grace was lying. It was precisely because everything was true that I felt it was such a humiliation. Being good to Adam is the biggest regret of my life, sir. Please take Madame back. She really is the one who loves you the most in this world, and treats you the best, Grace couldn't help but say. Adam seemed to pause for a moment. I thought he would refuse outright, like he always did. But in that moment, he remained silent. After finishing his porridge, Adam returned to the bedroom and lay down on the bed. Judging by his expression, it seemed like his stomach had eased up a lot. His phone kept buzzing with notifications. It was Vera messaging him. I'm sorry, Adam. It's my fault for not noticing you weren't feeling well. Are you feeling better now? Do you want to go to the hospital? I can go with you, Adam. I didn't know you had stomach issues. You never had them before. I always thought Nancy would take good care of you. Adam, are you mad? Why aren't you replying? I'm scared. After reading the messages, Adam suddenly jumped up from the bed and hurried out of the room. Seeing his anxious look, I couldn't help but laugh. How could I have ever deceived myself into thinking Adam was only being kind to Vera because she didn't have many friends and her parents treated her coldly? That Adam was just overflowing with sympathy. Looking at it now, I was such a joke. I watched him speed away, like a madman, rushing to find Vera. When you like someone, how could you ever let them suffer, even a little? I could already imagine how Adam would comfort Vera when he saw her, coax her. If the mood was right, maybe they'd even end up in bed together. In the past 6 months, they really hadn't crossed any significant lines. Maybe he was worried about the stigma of cheating while still married, which would tarnish Vera's reputation, so he stuck to the bare minimum. I watched Adam park the car, dash into the elevator, and press the floor button. He rushed to the door and frantically rang the bell. The door opened. I was startled, because the one who opened the door was my sister, Mary. At that moment, I realized this wasn't Vera's place. It was my sister's home. The moment my sister saw Adam, she tried to slam the door shut without saying a word. That Adam was quick. He grabbed the door, getting his hand caught in it. Adam winced in pain. My sister hesitated for a moment, then coldly asked, "What are you doing here?" "You're not welcome. I'm here to see Nancy," Adam said, his voice low and strained from the pain. "Didn't I make it clear over the phone? Nancy is dead. If you really want to see her, then go die too, and maybe you'll meet her," my sister said venomously. "Enough, Mary. This is between me and my wife. It's none of your business," Adam retorted, clearly humiliated but still refusing to believe I was gone. "Then why are you here?" "Get lost," my sister was furious. "How dare you talk about being her husband? Did you ever fulfill your responsibilities as one? Get out. You make me sick." Adam wasn't a man of many words. Whenever we fought in the past, I'd always be met with his cold, silent treatment. Even now, as my sister berated him so harshly, despite his extreme anger, he just held it in. "If you don't leave, I'll call the police," my sister threatened. "Fine. I was wrong," Adam suddenly said. I was shocked. So was my sister. In all these years, when had Adam ever admitted he was wrong? Even when I cried my heart out, he always thought I was just being unreasonable. "Let me see Nancy. I need to talk to her," Adam said calmly. "Talk?" My sister laughed bitterly, her eyes red with tears. "After all, I was already dead. Talk to a ghost?" My sister said, "Adam, do you really think you've treated Nancy right these past few years?" "I have a clear conscience," Adam said, his tone righteous. "A clear conscience. After all your entanglements with Vera." My sister lost control, her emotions spilling over. "There's nothing improper between Vera and me." "Nothing improper? What do you mean by that? Do you really need to sleep in the same bed for it to count as improper?" My sister screamed at Adam. "When Nancy was sick, you were by Vera's side, caring for her. When it was Nancy's birthday, Vera called and you rushed off, no matter the weather. When Nancy was pregnant, you chose to celebrate Vera's birthday instead. When Nancy was jealous of Vera, you blamed her for being petty and overly jealous." My sister was getting more and more agitated. "Adam, do you really think you are a good husband? How dare you say you have a clear conscience toward Nancy?" Adam hadn't even opened his mouth to defend himself, and my sister continued, even more upset. "Don't forget, when you had nothing. Nancy was the one who stuck by you through the darkest days of your life, not Vera. In the end, what did you give Nancy, and what did you give Vera? I gave Nancy a home, a home. My sister laughed even more bitterly. What kind of home? A widow's home. A husband who's always with another woman is worse than being widowed. Have you said enough? Adam yelled, humiliated. I admit Nancy stood by me during hard times. But Vera was also good to me. When I was broke, Vera sold her car and house to help me financially. Am I wrong to feel grateful to her? What did you say? My sister asked, shocked. I was just as shocked. When did Vera sell her house and car to help him with money? I couldn't help but start recalling the past with Adam. I don't know if the dead lose their memories over time. I could barely remember much from when I was alive. I could only vaguely recall meeting Adam when I first graduated and started working at his family's company. Adam had just joined the company too. His parents wanted to train him, so they had him start from the bottom, just like any other employee. Even as a new hire, he had a calmness and confidence about him that was different from the rest of us. He was also exceptionally capable, tall and handsome. We were placed in the same group and often worked together. Over time, I developed a bit of a crush. But what made me realize I truly liked him was one night after working overtime, when he offered to give me a ride home. As soon as I got out of the car, my drunk uncle grabbed me, demanding money and threatening to kill me if I didn't comply. My parents had died when I was young in a work accident. Before they passed, my uncle, being younger and having lost his parent early, was taken care of by my mum after she died. He was left with no one and would come to me and my sister for money. At first, we'd give him some, but his demands escalated, and eventually, we couldn't afford it. So we stopped, and he started harassing us. My sister and I even had to move to avoid him, but he still found us. That night, Adam stepped in, pulling me from my uncle's grasp. If you lay a hand on Nancy, I'll beat you to death. This is a family matter. Stay out of it, my uncle yelled, trying to shove Adam. But Adam pushed him to the ground. Nancy is my family, and I'll take care of this, Adam declared with unwavering determination. And he kept his word after that. Adam would drive me home every day, ensuring my uncle wouldn't harass me. Eventually, my uncle stopped coming around. Back then, Adam really seemed like a superhero. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. Turns out, even the dead can feel pain. But I just didn't care anymore. After Adam had gotten rid of my uncle, I had thought about confessing my feelings to him. But then I found out that Adam was actually the heir to the company. The difference in our social standing made me bury my feelings deep inside. Later, when the company faced bankruptcy due to poor leadership decisions, many people left. But I chose to stay by Adam's side. I was secretly relieved, thinking this was the closest I could ever be to him. I accompanied Adam to social events, drinking on his behalf to the point that I ended up in the hospital with a stomach ulcer. I stayed with him during all-nighters, working tirelessly. In his most critical time, I transferred the entire 1.5 million yuan compensation from my parents' accident to his account, including the share from my sister. At first, my sister didn't agree, but in the end, she couldn't resist my unwavering love for Adam. She gave me all the money, and of course, I later paid her back double. Once the money was sorted, Adam got the company back on track. He hugged me, cheering. That night, we celebrated together, and under the influence of alcohol, we ended up sleeping together. Naturally, we became a couple. I always thought he knew that money was from me. He dated me, then married me. I thought it was because he realized all that I had done and was moved by it. That's why I never brought up the 1.5 million. But now, Adam suddenly says that the money he desperately needed was from Vera. You're telling me Vera sold her car and house to help you out? My sister asked again for confirmation. So why shouldn't I treat her well? She even went against her family to help me. Adam said angrily, am I not supposed to repay such kindness? It's Nancy who never understood me, always blowing things out of proportion. Idiot, my sister laughed. It was the kind of laugh one would give to a fool. She said, is that what Vera told you, that she was abandoned by everyone just to help you? Adam could sense my sister's sarcasm. You don't need to act like this. Nancy's not the only good person in the world. Why do you have to look down on others? Yes, I do look down on Vera. I despise women like her. But more than that, I despise you. My sister spat, leaving aside everything else. Have you ever told Nancy what Vera has done for you? Does Nancy even know that your kindness to Vera is just repayment? Adam fell silent. He really never told me. I didn't know. If he had explained earlier, I would have known he mistook the 1.5 million for Vera's. But maybe it didn't really matter. Adam was just looking for a convenient excuse to be good to Vera. If it wasn't for that 1.5 million, he could have found any number of other reasons. Nancy is an independent person. How could she possibly know what you're thinking? All she sees is her husband wholeheartedly treating another woman well. My sister yelled. And even then, when she gets jealous, her husband blames her for being unreasonable. I told her we had nothing going on. Adam meekly defended. There are so many men who cheat, and every single one of them says they're innocent. But what happens in the end? My sister shot back, her voice cracking. In the end, Nancy still believed you. She always trusted you. If she trusted me, she wouldn't be fighting with me like this. If she didn't trust you, why didn't she leave you? Why did she still go through so much, trying so hard to have your child? Adam stared at my sister, perhaps shocked by her intensity. You know how much Nancy suffered to stay with you when you were starting your business. The doctor said if she wanted to get pregnant, she needed to gain weight fast. Everyone thinks losing weight is hard, but for someone who can't put on weight, it's even harder. You have no idea how much she went through for you. Adam pressed his lips tightly together, suddenly silent. Yes, back then, I really went through a lot just to get pregnant. I've never been a big fan of meat, but I forced myself to eat until I threw up. Only to eat more again, forget it. There's no point in talking to someone like you. My sister suddenly gave up, afraid that if she continued, she'd break down before he did. Now that Nancy's gone, you and your benefactor Vera can live your lives together. Give me another chance. Adam suddenly grabbed my sister's arm, his eyes pleading. I want to talk to Nancy one more time. My sister hesitated. I could see she didn't really want to deal with Adam anymore. But then she unexpectedly agreed. Wait for me, okay. My sister turned around and went into her room, changing into clothes to go out. Nancy isn't inside, is she? Adam asked. My sister didn't respond, heading straight into the elevator. Adam followed her, still angry. My sister drove out to the suburbs. Adam got out of the car, demanding answers. Why did you bring me here? Even if I haven't been the best to Nancy, you don't have to mock me like this. My sister didn't bother to reply, turning to walk down a small path. I knew this place well. It's where my sister buried me, alongside our parents. I saw Adam angrily follow her. I thought, with his temper, he might just turn around and leave, but my sister stopped in front of a grave. Luckily, Adam had visited this place once with me during the New Year, so he should recognize it. Why did you bring me to your parents' grave? Adam trailed off. Because he saw my tombstone. My name was written on it. There was even a black and white photo of me from when I was alive. Adam froze, staring at my grave like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He kept checking the tombstone, confirming over and over again that it really was my name on it, that I was really dead. I saw his eyes suddenly redden, turning shockingly red. I felt nothing. My sister felt nothing. Crocodile tears never deserve sympathy. I don't believe it, Adam suddenly said with conviction. This is Nancy trying to mess with me, isn't it? You're both trying to get back at me. How could she just die like that, out of nowhere? Who would curse themselves like that? Adam, don't you know what kind of person Nancy was? She hated bothering others. Could she really be playing a prank? And even if she did die, how would that be revenge on you? Then why did she die? Adam still couldn't accept it. Why? My sister laughed bitterly, probably remembering the horrible state I was in when I died, tears flowing uncontrollably. Half a year ago, weren't you celebrating Vera's birthday? That same day, Nancy had a car accident. No, that's not possible. Adam shook his head. His emotions were falling apart, bit by bit. I never got any news. I didn't hear anything about her accident. Adam shouted. Because she called you and you didn't pick up? My sister yelled back, equally furious. In the end, she called me. She said she was dying, told me not to be sad, and begged me not to disturb you. My sister covered her face, overwhelmed by the painful memories, and broke down crying. Adam stood there, dazed. He looked at my grave, then at my sister's grief. I saw his body trembling. Was it fear of death? Or maybe, just maybe, there was a sliver of sadness over my death. To her dying breath, Nancy was still thinking of you, still afraid of disrupting your life. And where were you? singing happy birthday with Vera. My sister sobbed. She was truly heartbroken for me, thinking I was too good for Adam. But honestly, I wasn't that noble. Maybe in the past, I had sacrificed a lot for Adam without complaint. But the last phone call to my sister wasn't because I didn't want to disrupt his life. I just didn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. With a loud thud, Adam suddenly knelt before my grave. The hard ground echoed with the sound of his knees hitting the floor. My sister glanced at Adam, watching his grief-stricken face with nothing but disdain. Who are you putting on this act for? Nancy can't see you now. I can see him, but I feel nothing. Adam's tears annoy me. I feel like he's the reason I can't move on. He hugged my tombstone, crying his heart out. My sister looked at him coldly. I was also a little annoyed. If he wanted to die, he should do it somewhere far away, not disturb my peace. My sister never tried to stop him, and as a spirit, there was nothing I could do either. I don't know how much time passed before Adam suddenly stopped. When he did, he curled up into a ball, and the sound of his suppressed sobs filled the air. Now you're feeling the pain. Serves you right. Adam, I didn't want to disturb you as per Nancy's last wishes, but since you want to atone, I'll tell you the truth. My sister took out my phone. This is Nancy's phone. In her notes, she recorded everything about your relationship, as well as all the things your beloved childhood sweetheart did to her. Adam turned slowly to look at my sister, his eyes bloodshot. It was a look I'd never seen before. I twisted my ghostly form, floating in front of my sister, wanting to stop her. I don't want to give my phone to Adam. It's not that I think he doesn't feel guilty enough. I just don't care about his regret. To me, he might as well be dead. Oh, wait. The one who's dead is me. But still, whatever he does now, it just doesn't matter anymore. I watched Adam's trembling hands as he took the phone, gripping it so hard that his knuckles turned white. The password is your birthday, my sister said. Adam froze. The next second, he started shaking even more. His eyes, already red, grew even darker with emotion. My sister stood up and left. To her, she had already done everything she could for Adam. And the fact that she did this much was likely because she knew how deeply I used to love him. She didn't want my love to disappear without a trace. The wild, desolate mountains echoed with a strong wind. My soul, scattered and trembling, felt every gust. Adam knelt in front of my grave for a long time before he finally picked up my phone. He entered the password, his birthday. The screen lit up, showing our wedding photo as the wallpaper. His throat moved as he swallowed hard, again and again. Then, he opened my notes. I always kept a diary. In the past, I'd write it in a notebook. But as technology progressed, I started using my phone. I had used this phone for 5 years. I've always been sentimental, even as a child. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stayed so deeply in love with Adam for so many years. 2018, month X, day X. I bought a new phone today. Spent a lot of money so Adam and I could have matching ones. Today was such a good day. 2018, month X, day X. The company is going bankrupt. Everyone's leaving, but I'm staying. I'll stay by his side forever, as long as he doesn't push me away. He won't, will he? I really want to confess my feelings to him. 2018, month X, day X. Adam complimented the porridge I made today. I'm so happy. It was worth failing so many times before finally getting it right. 2018, month X, day X. Being drunk is so uncomfortable. But when I think about how drinking more means Adam drinks less, it doesn't feel so bad anymore. 2018, month X, day X. The company has a 1.5 million shortfall in funds. I went with Adam to so many banks, but none of them would give us a loan. Seeing Adam so anxious, I couldn't help but finally ask my sister to take my parents' inheritance. It's something they left for us. Something with deep meaning. But my sister, the one person who's always been the best to me in this world, still gave me the money. I promised that when I have money, I'll be even better to her. 2019, month X, day X. Adam finally landed the project, and the company is back on track. He took me to celebrate, and we drank a lot of wine. He said he was grateful for me always being by his side, for everything I had done for him. We got together. I felt like the happiest woman in the world. 2019, month X, day X. Today, I met Adam's childhood sweetheart, Dira. She's so pretty, pale and gentle. What should I do? I think I'm a little jealous of her. It feels like Adam is a bit too nice to her. 2019. Month X. Day X. Adam suddenly brought up marriage. I was a little taken aback. He said his parents were pressuring him, and we had been dating for a year already. I thought it over and agreed without much hesitation. After all, I never imagined marrying anyone but him. 2020. Month X. Day X. On our wedding night, Adam went to Vera's house. He said her power was out, and she was afraid of the dark. He'd come back once the lights were back on. But that night, he didn't come back. I even got a message and a photo from Vera. She said, "Borrowing your husband for the night. I'll return him tomorrow." Her tone was full of smugness. 2020. Month X. Day X. Adam spends more and more time with Vera. Any time she calls, no matter what, he goes to her. I complained to him, but he said I was overthinking it. He told me that if he wanted to be with Vera, they would have gotten together long ago. They wouldn't wait until now. Though I was angry, I believed him. I believed he wouldn't betray me. 2021. Month X. Day X. I thought I could tolerate Adam forever. I could lie to myself after every time he left, convincing myself he was just seeing a friend. Everyone has their own social circle, right? But Vera kept sending me photos of her with Adam. She'd say, "Nancy, don't worry. Adam and I have been like this since we were kids. There's nothing between us." What does that count as, though? A challenge. 2022. Month X. Day X. I don't want to write anymore. The reason I started keeping a diary was to record happy things. But now it's all negative emotions. I can't stand everything between Adam and Vera anymore. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. I'm breaking. 2022. Month X. Day X. I'm finally pregnant. I stared at the ultrasound for a long time. Am I happy or anxious? I've been hoping for this child for a long time. Since marrying Adam, I've always wanted a love child, but the doctor said I was too skinny to get pregnant. So, I channeled my sorrow into my appetite. All my dissatisfaction with Adam and Vera, I took it out on food. After more than 2 years of effort, I finally got what I wanted. But now that it's happened, I'm not as happy as I thought I'd be. I'm not even sure if Adam will be happy. I've mentioned wanting a child so many times, and his reaction was always lukewarm. Will he dislike this baby because of Vera? Will he drift away from Vera because of the baby? Could this baby bring us back to a normal, happy family? That's where my notes ended. Because after that day, I died. I watched Adam's tears fall in large drops onto my phone screen. Was it guilt? Was it regret? But what does it matter? I don't feel a thing anymore. I'm sorry, Adam suddenly said, his voice hoarse. Get lost. I tried with all my might, but I couldn't make a sound. I wanted so badly to tell him, stop pretending. I don't just feel nothing for you anymore. I never even thought about forgiving you. I didn't know you were pregnant. If I'd known, that day, double quotes. Adam couldn't finish. Probably because he didn't even know if, had he known I was pregnant, he would have still gone to see Vera. After all, Vera is so important to him. Adam clutched his chest in pain, probably from another bout of stomach pain. He curled up on the ground in front of my grave. As dusk fell, Adam's phone suddenly rang. He stirred. If he hadn't moved, I would have thought he died too. He took out his phone. It was Vera calling. He answered. Hello. Adam. Wow, you? I think someone's following me. I'm home but too scared to leave. Can you come over? I'm really scared. Vera's tearful voice came through. Okay. Adam agreed instantly. I couldn't help but laugh again, my laughter fluttering in the evening breeze. This is his repentance. How touching. I watched Adam stand up from the ground. It seemed his stomach wasn't hurting anymore, and he'd regained his composure. He drove straight to Vera's house. The door opened. Vera appeared with her innocent smile. Adam, you're finally here. I was so scared. She leaned into him on purpose. Adam pushed her away. I didn't see anyone around your house, really. Maybe they left when I didn't come out. Vera casually offered an excuse. It didn't matter how flimsy her reasoning was, Adam would believe it. Adam, come over. I made porridge for you. I heard it's good for your stomach, Vera said sweetly. Vera pulled Adam to the dining table. She served him a bowl of porridge. Try it. I made it myself, Vera said eagerly, then her eyes caught something. Adam, what happened to your forehead? It's swollen and bleeding. Just noticing now, Adam asked sarcastically. Just now the lighting was too dim. What's wrong with you? Vera asked anxiously. Concerned, nothing, Adam picked up the bowl of porridge in front of him and took a bite. After swallowing, there was no emotion on his face, completely unreadable as to how the porridge tasted. Does it taste good? Vera asked expectantly. Did you taste it yourself? Adam questioned her. Nope. I just wanted you to try it, Vera replied playfully. Really? Adam put down his chopsticks, the corner of his mouth curling into a sarcastic smile. Does it taste bad? Vera sensed something was off with Adam today. Hurriedly, she took a bite herself. As soon as the porridge touched her tongue, she nearly spat it out. Her face scrunched up as she said, I'm so dumb. I put in salt instead of MSG. I'm really clumsy. I don't know how to cook. Who's born knowing how to cook? Adam asked her. But it was as if he were asking himself too. Are you upset? Nancy's porridge was always just right. Adam said softly, almost to himself. I bet she always tasted it over and over before giving it to me. As Adam mentioned Nancy, Vera's face turned sour. Adam, what's going on with you today? You're acting really strange. You've never compared me to Nancy before. You know I've never had to struggle like Nancy. How could I be like her? She doesn't even have parents, Vera said, sounding hurt. Adam's gaze grew colder and more unfamiliar. Yeah, Nancy had no parents, and yet I never really cherished her. Adam, what's wrong? Did you and Nancy fight? Did she threaten you? Vera asked angrily. Do you like me? Adam suddenly asked her. Vera froze, caught off guard. She probably never expected Adam to ask her such a question. I've been by Adam's side for the past 6 months, and never once did I hear him mention their so-called relationship. Now I'm dead, without any more worries. He's finally decided to take that step. I watched Vera blush shyly as she murmured, Adam, I thought all these years you knew how I felt about you. So, you do like me? Adam confirmed, I do. I always have. If I didn't, I wouldn't have cared so much about you. When I heard about your stomach issues, I learned to make porridge for you. Even if it didn't turn out well. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't have sold my car and house to help you. Because you liked me. You did everything you could to destroy my relationship with Nancy. Didn't you? Adam sneered. I didn't. I've always respected your relationship with Nancy. That's why I never crossed any lines, Vera stammered, clearly flustered. Did Nancy say something to you on purpose? Are you starting to doubt me? You said you sold your house and car to help me. Do you remember what day you transferred the money to me? Adam asked coldly. That was a long time ago. How could I remember? And how much was it? Over $1 million. I gave you everything I had. Vera's eyes flickered nervously. Vera screamed in shock as Adam suddenly stood up from his chair and grabbed her by the throat. Still lying to me? Let me go. I didn't lie to you. Adam, let me go. Vera's face turned red. Her eyes filled with terror. The $1.5 million emergency fund I got back then was from Nancy. Adam growled through gritted teeth. His grip around Vera's neck tightened. Let me go. Vera sobbed, tears streaming down her face. Frantically, she groped around on the table and grabbed the bowl of porridge Adam had been eating. Without hesitation, she smashed it on his head. Adam's body tensed for a moment. Seizing the opportunity, Vera pushed Adam away with all her strength. Blood began to drip from Adam's head. Vera screamed, Adam, have you gone mad tonight? Adam's eyes turned blood red, filled with murderous rage. His voice shook as he asked, why did you lie to me? Why? I only did it because I love you, Vera finally confessed, realizing there was no point in lying anymore. I just went abroad for 2 years, and you got together with Nancy. We were supposed to be together. She doesn't deserve you. The one who doesn't deserve me is you. Adam spat furiously. Why did you leave the country during my hardest times? Were you afraid I'd drag you down? Double quotes. Vera struggled to find an excuse to refute him. From above, I watched their argument, feeling amused. After all these years, the clever Adam finally saw Vera for who she really was. You deserve to die. Adam's hatred only deepened. Don't do anything rash. Adam, you'll go to prison if you kill me. I'll call the police. I'll call right now, Vera threatened, trembling as she reached for her phone. But before she could dial, Adam snatched the phone from her and threw it to the ground. In the next moment, he grabbed her by the throat again and dragged her toward the balcony. Ready to throw her off, Vera clung to the railing, screaming desperately. Don't kill me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have lied to you or tried to ruin things between you and Nancy. Vera begged in terror. Let me go, Adam. I'll apologize to Nancy, okay? I'll apologize. Apologize? Adam's face grew even more vicious. Nancy is dead. Where are you going to apologize? Vera froze. She thought she had misheard. Nancy's dead, Vera. Nancy's been dead for 6 months because of you. Adam roared, if you want to apologize, go down and apologize to her. No. It wasn't me, I didn't kill her. Vera sobbed. Terrified. You insisted I be with you on your birthday that day. Nancy stormed off and got into a car accident. She and our child died. Adam growled. If it weren't for you, Nancy wouldn't be dead. How is that my fault? You're the one who came. If Nancy's dead, it's your fault, not mine, Vera screamed, struggling. Adam pushed her further out over the edge. Half of her body was dangling in the air. She lived on the 16th floor. A fall from there would be fatal. Yes, I killed Nancy too. So, let's die together and atone for our sins, Adam said coldly, tightening his grip. I watched them struggle on the balcony. Was I happy? Not entirely. Revenge can be satisfying. But to say I was overjoyed would be a lie. After all, I'm already dead. Whatever happens to them won't bring me back. It was like watching a play, except this one didn't end neatly. Vera's screams had alerted the neighbors, who called the police. At the last minute, the police arrived and pulled them both back from the balcony. Vera was sent to the hospital. Adam was arrested for attempted murder. He was detained. His parents tried to bail him out, but he refused. Vera visited him once while he was in custody. She still had bruises on her neck, the marks left by Adam's near-fatal grip. Adam, Nancy's dead and gone. Was it really worth destroying us for her? Vera asked. The only regret I have is that I didn't kill you to avenge her, Adam said through gritted teeth. She was just an ordinary woman. Adam, she didn't deserve you, and now you're throwing your life away for her. I'm the one who didn't deserve her. I tarnished her love. My greatest regret in life is that, because of you, I hurt her. Vera let out a bitter laugh. I originally came here today to talk things over with you and drop the charges. But since you're so unrepentant, enjoy your time in prison. After all, what matters more to me than you is your money. You're right. I never gave you any money, that was a lie. And Nancy, she was just a good for her own good, doing everything without asking for credit. So it's only fair someone else took all the praise. You're not wrong either. I was trying to drive a wedge between you and Nancy. I kept sending her intimate photos, thinking that within a year or so she'd demand a divorce. But that stupid woman put up with you for more than 2 years. Double quotes. Enough, Vera, enough. Adam suddenly erupted, seething with rage. He leapt up, looking like he was about to strangle her. Vera backed up in shock, taking 2 steps away. At that moment, a prison guard grabbed Adam and pinned him down. Calm down. Enjoy your time in prison. Vera stopped wasting words on him. Without another glance, she turned and walked away, her coldness evident. I watched Adam, disheveled and dejected, and felt nothing. When you finally let go of someone, there's no longer any emotional stir. Later, Adam was sentenced to 3 years in prison for intentional harm. On the day Adam went to prison, it felt like my soul could finally break free from him. I began drifting aimlessly. I went to see my sister. She had finally found happiness. I watched her get married, watched her get pregnant, watched her slowly emerge from the shadow of my death. 3 years passed. My soul kept wandering, but it grew weaker and weaker. One day, I saw someone. He looked familiar, yet I couldn't recall who he was. He had a buzz cut and had just been released from prison. Afterward, he went to my grave. Strange. Why was he there? I watched him kneel before my gravestone, his thin, skeletal fingers slowly tracing the picture on the tombstone. He said, Nancy, I'm sorry. Nancy. Was that my name? Nancy. I regret it. I really do. I saw the pain in his eyes. It was as if it was tearing him apart. I loved you. I always did. I admit, I once had feelings for Vera. After I met you, I only loved you. Your unwavering companionship wasn't unnoticed. I had nothing left for Vera but gratitude. I thought she had sacrificed everything for me, so I tried to be as good to her as I could to make up for my guilt. I also thought, since I married you, since I was yours, I didn't need to owe you anything more. I took your love for granted, got used to you always being there, and forgot that you had feelings too that you could hurt from my neglect. Double quotes. As he spoke, he began to cry. He clutched his chest, like the pain was piercing his very soul. After a long time, he spoke again, this time with a bitter smile. What good does it do to say all this now? You are dead. You're already dead. I'll never see you again. Nancy, I miss you. I really miss you. Double quotes. He cried for a long time by my grave. Before leaving, he said, I'll be joining you soon. I didn't know what he meant, but for some reason, I followed him. I watched him drive his car, stopping at a street corner. A day passed, then, all of a sudden, he slammed on the gas. A woman lay crumpled on the ground. Her body was flung several meters, mangled and blooded. His car crashed violently into a nearby railing, the front completely deformed. I was a ghost, yet seeing this bloody scene still scared me. Without thinking, I turned and floated away. As I left, I heard him call out to me. Nancy. Nancy, is that you? Have you been with me this whole time? I was terrified. Something about him chasing me felt horrifying. As I drifted further and further, my consciousness became increasingly muddled, and my soul scattered bit by bit. I knew I was about to leave this world forever, as my soul shattered into nothingness. In a hospital delivery room, the cries of a newborn baby filled the air. Epilogue. I killed Vera. She and I both owed Nancy our repentance. Who knew death by a car accident could hurt this much? How much pain did Nancy have to endure after her crash before she could even dial my number? And I heartlessly refused to answer. I thought she was just trying to stop me from celebrating Vera's birthday again. Finally, I'm dead. I deserve this. My soul left my body. Suddenly, I saw Nancy. It had to be her. I couldn't be wrong. For the past 3 years, I dreamed of her every night. I rushed toward her figure, but she drifted faster and faster. Don't leave, Nancy. Don't leave. Panic overwhelmed me as I saw her form grow more and more transparent. No. Please don't leave me. I finally caught up to her and reached out, trying to pull her into my arms. But I only grasped her empty air. Nancy vanished before me. Not a trace of her left. I frantically searched for her. Desperately, I called her name. Nancy. Nancy. Double quotes. I looked everywhere. Every street, every alley. Nancy. Don't hide from me. I was wrong. Please don't hide from me. Okay. Later, I saw a little girl. A little girl who looked so much like Nancy. She smiled so brightly. Her parents loved her so much. Wait. Why did her mother seem so familiar? Do I know her? It seemed like Nancy was the only person I had ever known. Nancy grew up. She blossomed into a beautiful young woman. So many boys liked her. She finally chose the best one. I watched them fall in love. Watched them embrace. Watched them kiss. Watched them make love. So this is what it feels like. This is the pain of watching the one you love be with someone else. The kind of pain that makes you wish you were dead. I'm sorry, Nancy. I'm so sorry. Later, Nancy got married. She wore a wedding dress, and her smile was full of happiness. I should have been happy for her, but my heart hurt so much. Not long after, Nancy got pregnant. Her husband was ecstatic, spinning her around in circles, as if he wanted to give her the world. They went to prenatal checkups together, did baby bonding sessions together, eagerly awaited the arrival of their child. Nancy was about to give birth. Her husband was more nervous than she was. Nancy was in labor for a long time. My soul couldn't enter that room. I couldn't be there with her. I could even feel my soul gradually fading away. I knew I was about to disappear for good. I just wanted to see Nancy one last time before I left, to see her child. I owed Nancy's child, and I could never repay it. Heaven is fair for someone like me, with so much sin. How could I ever deserve to feel Nancy's happiness? In the end, I never saw Nancy again, nor did I see her child. All I felt was a powerful force dragging me away. I suddenly opened my eyes. Standing before me were my elderly parents. One so strong, now hunched with age and graying hair. Adam, you've finally woken up. You've been asleep for 25 years. My mother was sobbing uncontrollably. My father stood beside her, silently crying. So, I didn't die. I was still alive. Was Nancy just a dream? After a few days of recovery, I could finally sit in a wheelchair. As I was being pushed down the hospital corridor, I saw two people approaching. I instantly teared up. I watched as she linked arms with her husband, who was cradling a small baby in his arms. Happiness radiated from them. As they passed me, no one paid me any attention. It wasn't until a while later that she turned around. Our eyes met. Tears streamed down my face. But in her eyes, there was a flicker of disgust. Her husband asked, "Do you know him?" She shook her head, "No." Then she turned and walked away with her husband. As they left, I heard her mutter under her breath, "That old man's gaze was kind of annoying. He didn't do anything to you." Her husband chuckled, teasing her. Then more seriously, "You're not allowed to look at any other men, even old ones." Jealousy much? Yeah, I am. I'm only jealous for you. The two of them bickered playfully, growing further and further away. I watched them until my vision blurred, until they disappeared completely. The end.